One of the things that struck me when I first moved to Witney was how many trees there are. A recent aerial view of the town taken from a drone really showed this. For instance, just think about Church Green, Welsh Way, Corn Street, Wood Green, and the High Street, just for starters. When I look out of my study window, I can see trees across the green from where I live and in the next door garden. And I expect most of you who are listening to this can probably see some trees out of a window of your home. The picture on your screen is of some local woods which we've been enjoying since the Prime Minister relaxed the rules about going out for walks. Walking in these and other woods have brought us both a feeling of peace and calm. The trees, of course, give off oxygen, and so to be surrounded by them can be revitalizing and health-giving. But I'm aware that not everyone can get out and walk in woods, so please enjoy the trees outside your window and this picture. Trees have a significance in the Bible. There's an image in Psalm 1 describing trees planted next to water channels, so their roots receive moisture. This is a metaphor for abundant living and wholeness, leading to a righteous life. In his book, Places of Enchantment, Graham Usher writes of the psalmist capturing the essence of a person living with God's law as being like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in its season, and their leaves don't wither. They become like specimen trees, well nurtured, such as those in the temple courts, which according to Psalm 92 flourish like the palm tree and grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Usher goes on to say there's evidence that having access to trees, woods and forests raises health through enhanced fitness and a lowered pulse rate. And people with a view of trees from hospital wards recover more quickly from surgery and are discharged earlier. So if you're feeling under the weather, you might like to spend time looking at the trees outside your window. The most well-known tree in the Bible is probably the tree of life in Genesis. In medieval art, this tree is shown with its roots in the earth and its branches in the sky. This is also true of the cross. This tree, terrible though it was, has given us life in all its fullness. Jesus, sometimes referred to as the second Adam, restores the link between God and humanity, said to have been broken in the Garden of Eden. It's thought the wood for the tree of the cross came from the tree of life and is shown as blossoming on the day of resurrection, an idea picked up by Tolkien in his book The Return of the King, where the barren tree will blossom when the king is restored to Gondor, and by John the Divine in the book of Revelation, when he writes of trees as a symbol of God's goodwill, bringing fruit in season and leaves for the healing of the nations. John Evelyn, lecturing in 1662, commented that trees and woods have twice saved the whole world, first by the ark and then by the cross, when Jesus makes atonement for what we call original sin. Whether we can walk in woods or just see trees from our windows, they speak to me of God's eternity. Most trees will live much longer than we will. Usher says we can see the wonder of God as the light streams through their canopy, hear God's whisper in wind through the leaves, and experience the joy of his gift as we scrunch our way through the orange and red autumn leaves. And if we can't get out, then we can still enjoy looking at them and maybe resonate with Joyce Kilmer's poem, which he calls Trees. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. God bless you.